It just rocks. It's the all-new Rock 96.7, and T-Roy, I'm back here backstage with the lead guitar player and the lead vocalist for 3 Days Grace. And I'm so psyched, guys. You know, I mean, Adam and Barry. What do you think? I mean, you guys have been to Casper. This is your first time ever?
This is our first time in Casper, yeah. So.
I've actually never even heard of Casper, but it's cool to be here.
I have a cat named Casper.
Now, have you ever heard of Wyoming?
Yeah, absolutely.
Some people, you'd be surprised, didn't even know it was a state. They thought it was somewhere in Colorado. So, all right, you guys are going through, and you got this tour wrapping up in May, and then you jump right back on the road, right?
Yeah, we get back out. We do a whole bunch of shows with Avenged Sevenfold, which will be great. You know, I think we go out with them for about a month and a half or so, and then and then we'll see what happens after that. But yeah, after this run, it's out with them, and we'll see what happens.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to take a very quick break. We're going to come right back. And I thank you guys for hanging out with me. By the way, I know you guys are very, very busy. We're jumping into your song Break. Anything you want to say about it before we get started?
No, I mean, Break kind of speaks for itself. It's just about, you know, breaking out of the mold that, you know, you feel like you're always in. You know, that's what that song's about. So here it is, Break.
It just rocks. It's the all-new Rock 96.7. We're checking again live backstage, hanging out with Adam and Barry from 3 Days Grace. And you guys have been on the tour with My Darkest Days, who had quite a scare last week, by the way, with their bus tipping over. But, you know, from what we can tell, those guys are pretty cool. You got any cool stories that maybe you shouldn't share? Or?
Maybe we shouldn't share. That's a good way to put it. You know what? No, I mean, not that I can think of. With it, this tour kind of just started, so we're just kind of getting rolling with these guys. So there's, you know, not a lot of stuff has happened so far. But you know, we've known the guys for so long. You know, I've known Matt, the singer, since he was about 5 years old. So they're like family to us, and you know, so far it's been a great tour. They're a great band and good guys. So.
Now, do you guys go through, I know some bands, when they first start out on tour, they mess with each other quite a bit, you know, I mean, little pranks here and there. As a matter of fact, with My Darkest Days, they did Porn Star Dancing, I think, with Hinder had a whole bunch of guys go out on stage. Anything like that you guys have done with each other?
Not yet. That usually happens at the end of a tour. Usually when you're with a new band, you know, usually the last show is the big day where it's just...
You mess with them?
Oh, yeah. Everybody messes with everybody, and it's a big joke fest, right? So we'll definitely have something for them.
We've already got it figured out.
All right, there we go. Now, the floor is sold out. We actually have some floor seats that you can score on our website. Go on there right now, comment on the last post, and you could be in the drawing for that. You guys were getting ready to play My Darkest Days, Move Your Body. Dig the tune?
Yeah, it's great. It's great, man. Great song.
You've seen it every night for a few weeks now, is it?
Yeah, we've seen it, but it's a good song.
There you go. It's My Darkest Days on the all-new Rock 96.7. It just rocks. It's the all-new Rock 96.7. That was I Hate Everything About You. It's a love song, by the way, I think, right? I'm hanging out with 3 Days Grace, and you guys' new album, Life Starts Now, is actually a very, very cool disc. It really has a lot of deep meaning in it, too, from what I can tell, as just some dude listening to it. What did you guys have in mind when you wrote at least the title for the album?
Well, the title was, it's a song from the record, obviously, and it was a song before it was the title of the record, but the song was, you know, the song was written about just how all of the things that we had been through, sort of, you know, we took a long break between records, and we had all been through an awful lot personally, you know, with like family members getting sick and passing on, and we just started to realize that, you know, you sort of have to play the hand that you're dealt in life, and I think Life Starts Now, when we wrote that song, it sort of stood for that, you know, and it seemed to make a lot of sense to name the record that as well, you know. It just, you know, it just means you gotta do what you can and live your life, you know.
Take a situation and make the best of it, and that's what we do.
You know, a good positive message, and when people hear our style of music, they really think it's all, you know, hate, death, kill, which it's absolutely not. There's a lot of, especially with like the songs you guys write, you know, and a plethora of other bands. I mean, it's a horrible stereotype out there. So for one, thank you very much for writing that. Now, Animal, I Have Become, I love that. I love that song. You guys, we'll get ready to play it next. You got something you want to say about it? Or?
You know, that song's, I mean, that's a pretty personal song, Animal I Become. It's, you know, it's just about being somebody else, being, you know, it's about your, I guess you could say maybe your alter ego, you know, somebody, your second life kind of person. And yeah, I mean, the song's about that, so but it's pretty straightforward. You can take it any way you want.
There you go, Animal I Have Become on Rock 96.7. It's the all-new Rock 96.7. It just rocks. That is Pain from 3 Days Grace. Again, another tune. You know, as I'm going through your guys' music, setting up this playlist for tonight, I'm thinking that there is not a bad song in the bunch. I mean, you guys have really done rather well. And this isn't me kissing your ass. I mean, honestly. Well, I'm sure you guys get that a lot, but I mean, honestly, every song on there is really, really good. Now, do you have those throwaway songs? It's like, oh man, we got to fill the album. We need to throw in an extra song.
You know, our whole, I mean, our goal when we make a record is to make every song as good as it possibly can be. I mean, we're not the type of band to sit down and sort of just write, 20 different songs and pick the best ones. We focus in on them, 11, 12, 13 great ideas, and we just make them the best they can be, and that's, I mean, we've been lucky enough that has worked for us, There's a lot of bands out there that, they'll be getting ready to make a record, do pre-production, and they've got 30 songs sitting on the shelf, and they don't know which ones to pick, and they're trying to, and we're not like that. We try to just focus on every song and make it the best it can be, and we've been lucky enough that it's worked for us,
With all that being said, you guys are touring constantly. When do you find time to write songs?
When we're done touring.
Is that about it? So you're not writing while you're on the road or nothing like that?
Well,
You
no,
might get an idea, but you don't.
We do a little bit. We do a bit of writing on the road, yeah. Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
All right, favorite city you've been to so far on this tour?
On this tour. This tour has been pretty short so far.
Yeah, we're only
Or, okay, well,
top,
overall, let's give you ever, since you guys.
Ever.
Yeah.
Favorite city ever.
Rio
Rio de Janeiro. There you go.
Well, and I was gonna say Canada doesn't count, but I didn't want to insult you guys. Rio de Janeiro, what's that?
Why is that? Great place. I mean, what can you say?
Everybody's
It's in Brazil,
beautiful,
man.
yeah,
It's Brazil.
It's not to like.
I learned to surf, sort of.
Actually, when we went there too, it was at a time where it was still early on for us, and I think that was one of the first points where we started to notice the recognition. Like when we flew into the airport there, the doors opened up and there was a whole bunch of girls waiting for us to sign and stuff like that. And for us, that was on top of the experience of Rio's beautiful anyway.
Right.
We were experiencing that too in the show we did, and it was a big show. We did play for 25,000 people, and it was awesome. So I think that added to why we all seemed to like Rio so much. It was our first experience to that, getting noticed, and had a great time.
Is there a point where you get numb to that after a while?
No, I don't think you ever really get numb to it. I mean, after the shows and stuff, there's always people hanging around, and everybody's, I mean, you never. I mean, for myself, I mean, I can only speak for myself. I never ever really take it for granted. It's not one of those things where it's.
I don't think any of us do,
No.
at all. We definitely appreciate our fans, and still you try to get, you get a little more used to it.
Right.
But I don't think it's ever, someone telling you you're cool or you're great, or it's always a little awkward, right? But we love our fans, so we always embrace it. Right?
So no posse for you guys then? You don't have a big old group of people hanging out with you and everything else?
Not really. No, it's just us and our one security guard.
Well, right on, Adam and Barry, I want to thank you again for taking the time to hang out with us on Rock
Yeah.
96.7. Make sure you hit their website, hit our website too, rock967online.com, 3daysgrace.com. You can also hit, you guys have a Facebook page and
Yeah,
everything
it's
else.
all up there, man.
All right, well, thanks for rocking Casper and have a good show tonight.
Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thanks.